What is up, everyone? Happy Football Friday. Just me today, so should be decently short show. We got a ton of news this week, though, that went down. We are getting closer and closer and closer to the season kicking off. Hall of Fame game, July 31st in Canton. Chargers Lions. Excited for that one coming up. But let's talk about what else is going on in the league right now. So, starting off UFL though, first they are in their off season, but transactions going down. The Roughnecks re-signing defensive tackle Israel Antwine, defensive end TJ Franklin, defensive back Rashad Williams, safety Leon O'Neal Jr., and punter Mike Rivers. Leon O'Neal, a very an all UFL performer there this season, and one of the best players in the UFL for sure. Definitely needs to be on a NFL roster. Not sure why he's not, but all those players paramount to the Roughneck defense, and of course Mike Rivers to the special teams unit there. Panthers, they re-signed defense tackle Taylor Stallworth, former NFL player, played with the Colts a little bit, is the team I remember him on, but has been around a little bit and back in Michigan next year. Big news for the reigning champs. DC Defenders interim head coach Shannon Harris has been listed on Tennessee State's website. He has been hired by former Defenders head coach Reggie Barlow as the Tennessee State offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. So a ton of people, staff coming over with Coach Barlow there. We saw defensive coordinator Greg Williams come over with him as well. Fred Keiss is going to, I believe, as well, the offensive coordinator. So not sure how everything's going to shake out there in DC, but the new champs looking for a new coach after Shannon Harris's departure there. UFL to NFL, one signing this week. Chargers, they signed Panthers offensive tackle Ryan Nelson. NFL news, some discipline. Not resolved yet, but on the way, in motion. The Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison has pled not guilty to his DUI that he had. Jury trial is ongoing. I believe it started a couple days ago, so not sure what's happening with that, but minimum 3-game suspension for Jordan Addison, looks like. Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice, he has a conclusion in his case for reckless driving and racing, essentially. 30 days in jail, 5 years probation. He's able to serve those 30 days anytime during that 5 years. Likely a multi-game suspension coming from the league. Chargers have added a new alternate uniform this season. And I kind of like them. They're pretty sweet. I forget what they're called, but let's get you the image here. So yeah, the Charger Power. There we go, Charger Power, and they changed up the Navy uniforms as well. So these things look good, man. I mean, I don't know. I kind of prefer Derwin James' look there with the yellow socks, but Jay Herb isn't bad either with the blue, the powder blue there, and here's the navy ones that are really solid as well. I love the old school kind of Charger helmet look. Back when LT and Phillip Rivers were there, that's kind of what I got from the navy ones. But yeah, I mean the yellow ones, I wasn't sure that I would like them. The gold ones, I wasn't sure I would like them, but I do kind of like them actually. Now that I'm taking kind of a second look at them, there's the full array of uniform kind of combinations they have this year. I'm not going to wear the navy ones with any of their other unis, but mix and match the powder blue, the gold, and the white as well. Speaking of the Chargers, it's kind of a theme today. Chargers wide receiver Mike Williams has retired. So this is kind of big time. It's going to be interesting to look at um, Vlad McConkey. Obviously, going into year 2, can he replicate his production from his rookie year? I hope so. I traded for him in at least one dynasty league, and they got Quentin Johnston. He's going into year 3. Um, they also have Trey Harris, the second round rookie as well. So that's going to be your top 3. And then it gets kind of dicey behind them. 5th rounder, Keandre Lambert Smith, Jalen Rager, who was with them last year. They have Darius Davis, a 4th rounder in 23, more of a return guy. Brendan Rice, 24 7th going into year 2 as well. Des Fitzpatrick, undrafted last year, got him off from the Titans. So Luke Grimm as well, or Kansas, undrafted this year. So yeah, so some muddiness behind the top guys, but nonetheless, I do really think you're going to have to see Trey Harris step up, and Quentin Johnston. Obviously, I thought he took a nice step last year, but he needs to continue to develop in year 3 for sure. The NFLPA. So if anyone's been following the NFLPA, they've been having massive leadership issues. Chairman Lloyd Howell has resigned following multiple reports that came out. He apparently took some players to a strip club at an NFLPA event to strengthen and recruit for the NFLPA, or whatever he wants to say. He spent NFLPA funds on a strip club, which is a no-no. And there have also been reports that he was kind of in cahoots with the bargaining, something like that. I don't really know. I didn't read too much into it, but glad that Lloyd Howell is out as the NFLPA chairman there, and new leadership going to step in. As Neil Stratton said on X, hopefully the vetting process is a lot better this time around for the NFLPA leadership there. It's that time of year we're getting guys placed on lists. NFI, non-football injury list. Chargers running back Najee Harris placed on that for his eye injury from July 4th. Lions placed a couple guys, edge rusher Josh Paschal, corner Stanley Thomas Oliver, and Packers offensive lineman Elgton Jenkins. Pup list, Lions, ton of guys. Offensive tackle Taylor Decker, defensive tackle Aleem McNeil, linebacker Malcolm Rodriguez, corner Khalil Dorsey, defensive tackle Levi Onwuzurike. Onwuzurike there, he is on the reserve pup list, so he is out for the first 4 games of the year. Ravens, safety Ardarius Washington on the list. Raiders defensive tackle Christian Wilkins for coming off foot surgery there. 49ers wide receivers Brandon Ayuk and Ricky Pearsall, and edge rusher Yetur Gross-Matos as well. So Demarcus Robinson, Jawan Jennings, Jacob Cowing as well. Going to get a lot more work there in camp. Packers wide receiver Christian Watson and linebacker Quay Walker both on the pup list, physically unable to perform. Time for some money. Extensions. Jets signed corner Sauce Gardner to a 4-year, $120.4 million extension, $85.653 million guaranteed there for Sauce. Came one day after Garrett Wilson signed his mega deal. So Sauce, the highest paid corner in NFL history, $30.1 million per year. Very deserving, has done nothing but produce since coming into the league as a first rounder in 22. The Steelers, they paid their man, signed linebacker TJ Watt to a 3-year, $123 million extension, $108 million guaranteed. I mean, my goodness, that is ridiculous for his age, for one, and for two, the position as well. But yeah, I mean, he gets most of it guaranteed there. Wild that TJ Watt, that contract, but very deserving. No one has had more sacks than TJ Watt since whenever. You know, so he is one of the most dominant players in the league. I believe he also has the most forced fumbles the last couple years as well. So love TJ. Keep producing, bud. Hall of Famer for sure. And the Chiefs, they signed guard Trey Smith to a 4-year, $94 million extension, $70 million guaranteed to Trey Smith. Big time deal there, highest paid guard in the NFL now, and they beat the franchise tag deadline by a couple hours. Actually, it wasn't too close there. And one signing note: the Commanders making a move. They signed Bills edge rusher Von Miller to a 1-year deal. So big time addition for Dan Quinn's defense. We'll see. The big question I have is, can Von Miller stay healthy for 17 games? I'm not sure at this point in his career. He's had multiple injuries in Buffalo, and that kind of led to his release. And the thought was that they would re-sign him. They did not. Told him to go elsewhere. He did. So big time name, Von Miller finally finds a home in Washington. And that is the news for today. Let's move on to the AFC East season preview here. So let's look at the Patriots starting depth chart per hour, lads. Quarterback is Drake May going into year 2. Running back, Ramondre Stevenson. They also have second rounder Travion Henderson, who they just signed. Wide receivers, Stephon Diggs, they got from the Texans. Mac Hollins from the Bills. Demario Davis as well. Third rounder Kyle Williams sitting in the wings. Tight end is Hunter Henry. You got fullback Brock Lampy as well, undrafted. Not sure if they're going to use a fullback this year. But left tackle, first rounder Will Campbell. Cole Strange is your left guard. Center, they got Garrett Bradbury from the Vikings. Mike Onwin, who is right guard. Morgan Moses, they got from the Jets. So a lot of retooling there offensively. They also have third rounder Jared Wilson out of Georgia. Go Dogs. By the way, Tim Tebow, Jets jersey for the AFC East pride today. So, yeah, I really like this offense. It should turn into something as long as they can protect Drake May like they had issues last year with. But seems like they got the right parts. And big thing is, when can Stephon Diggs get back? Can Mac Hollins reproduce how he played in Buffalo? We'll see. Defensively, defensive end Keon White, nose tackle Christian Barmore, big time getting him back from the blood clots issue that he had last year. Milton Williams, the big ticket free agent they signed from the Eagles, D tackle. Edge rushers, outside linebackers, Harold Landry the third, they got from the Titans. They also, Anthony Jennings is your other side there. Christian Ellis at inside linebacker. We got Robert Spillane from the Raiders to go with him. Corners, they got Carlton Davis third from the Lions. Christian Gonzalez on the other side going into year 3. Nickelback is Marcus Jones going into year 4 as a third rounder in 22. Strong safety is Kyle Duggar, and your free safety is Jabril Peppers there. This defense should be pretty solid under Mike Vrabel. I think that they have some really good pieces, and Braves is an excellent defensive coach. So, yeah, I think there's promise for sure. Special teams, you're looking at Bryce Baringer going into year 3 there. As a 23 sixth rounder. And I don't know if there's going to be an actual competition or not, but the kicker right now is 6th rounder Andy Borregales from Miami. You also have Parker Romo, former UFL player, has bounced around the NFL since. Long snapper, there is no competition. It is going to be 7th rounder Julian Ashby's job from Vanderbilt. Your punt returner is Marcus Jones. Your kick returner is running back Antonio Gibson. To the Patriots schedule here. Home against the Raiders. Home against the Raiders week 1. I think that's a win. I think they can get it done week 1. Go Drake May. Week 2 at the Dolphins, I have that as a loss. They lose week 3 against the Steelers. I think they can win against the Panthers at home week 4. They lose against the Bills in week 3 in Sunday Night Football in Buffalo. They win at the Saints. They win at the Titans. They win at home against the Browns. I think they win against the Falcons. They lose at the Bucks. I'm going to have them win at home against the Jets. Thursday Night Football at the Bengals. They lose that one. They win at home against the Giants. Monday Night Football, week 14 by very, very late there. They lose against the Bills at home. They lose at the Ravens. I'm going to have them split with the Jets and the Dolphins. So it is looking like it's a 8-9 season there for New England. Not enough to get into the playoffs. 2-4 in division. They split with the Dolphins and Jets, and they get swept by the Bills. But very good improvement last year. They were 3-14, I believe. So yeah, last year 4-13. Yeah, so a 4-win improvement in year 1 under Vrabel, I think, would be an excellent accomplishment there. To the Jets, talk about their roster, what it looks like here. They got quarterback Justin Fields in from the Steelers. Running back Breece Hall going into year 4. Fullback is Andrew Beck. Wide receivers, Garrett Wilson just got paid in year 4. Josh Reynolds got from the Jags. Alan Lazard, year 2 with the Jets there. Tight end is second rounder Mason Taylor. Really like him. Movable tight end, not a big blocker. That's what they got Jeremy Ruckert for. Left tackle is Olu Fashanu going into year 2. Left guard is John Simpson. Joe Tippmann is your center. Elijah Vera Tucker, your right guard. And right tackle is 25 first rounder Armand Membu. So we'll see how he fares on Justin Fields' front side there. Again, I've never been a Fields guy, so I have very big question marks for this offense. I also don't like the wide receiver depth beyond Garrett Wilson. Reynolds has been a journeyman. He's produced somewhat. Alan Lazard has been terrible as a Jet. And Arian Smith, my Georgia guy, go Dogs, has had career issues with drops. And Malachi Corley is going into year 2. We'll see what he can do. And he should really be a step up over Josh Reynolds in the slot or Alan Lazard, whatever it is. But I do like Tyler Johnson, but it's not very quality, I don't think, in terms of depth at the wide receiver position. So they have to run this thing through Breece Hall, I think, and Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis, I think. Make it a running offense. Kind of like the Jets were when they went to the AFC Championship, 09 and 10 under Rex Ryan. And Aaron Glenn, I'm sure, knows that. Being a former defensive player and D coordinator. On defense for Aaron Glenn, defensive ends, Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson. D tackles, I got Derek Noddy from the Chiefs, Quinnen Williams as well. Linebackers, Quincy Williams and Jamian Sherwood. Corners, Sauce Gardner just got Pizaid. Brandon Stevens, they got from the Ravens. They also have third rounder Azariah Thomas as well. Nickel is Michael Carter II. And strong safety, Tony Adams. Free safety, Andre Sisco, they got from the Jags. Really like that pickup. This defense, again, should be solid. I think this defense is going to keep them in a ton of games this year while Justin Fields figures it out or doesn't. The issue is they really don't have a ton behind him. They have Tyrod Taylor, which is your veteran presence. Adrian Martinez, undrafted Brady Cook this year as well. So It could go south again for the Jets. I think it might. We'll have to see what the schedule looks like. Punter battle here. Austin McNamara versus Kai Kroger, undrafted. I have to give that. They have McNamara in the starting position right now, Texas Tech guy. I have to give that to Kai Kroger, though. He was one of the best punters in the country at South Carolina. So I like Kai Kroger in this one. They also have a kicker battle. Caden Davis, undrafted out of Ole Miss. Harrison Mavis was with the Panthers last year. I like Mavis, and also he was with the Birmingham Stallions this year as well. So I like Mavis to win that battle. Caden Davis, though, is a formidable opponent. Thomas Hennessy returns as long snapper. Your punt and kick returner is wide receiver Xavier Gibson. Very good one there. Returning to the schedule here, week 1, I have the Jets losing against the Steelers. Week 2, I have them losing against the Bills. They lose in Tampa. They lose at the Dolphins. Monday Night Football. Week 4, I'm going to have them sneak a win against the Cowboys. Week 5, they lose in London against the Broncos. Week 6, I'm going to have them lose against the Panthers. Week 7, they lose at the Bengals. Week 8, week 9 bye. They are 1-7. Fantastic. They will win against the Browns. Week 10, the 3-0 game there. At the Patriots, I have them splitting that one. So losing at New England, Thursday Night Football. They lose in Baltimore. I'll have them beat the Falcons. They win the second game against the Dolphins. I think they can beat the Jags week 15. They can beat the Saints week 16. And then I have them splitting the Patriots. So that is another win there. And then lose against the Bills. I have them getting swept. So it's 7-10 for me, 2-4 division. Last year, the Jets went 5-12. So it's a 2-win improvement there for the Jets. I think their schedule helps them out a ton, especially the back half. The front half is not very good. Like I said, 1-7 going into that bye, but they really rebound by going 6-3 down the stretch. To get a decent record and a better record than last year. But it definitely is tough early on there, but they get a lot of easier games down the stretch. Dolphins. This is a team that's interesting this year. You look at the roster: quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, running back Devon Achane, fullback Alec Ingold, wide receivers Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Malik Washington. 6th rounder last year, going into year 2. Tight end is Darren Waller, traded from the Giants in a big time splash there. Left tackle is Patrick Paul, year 2, 2nd rounder last year. Left guard James Daniels comes in from the Steelers. They have center Aaron Brewer. Right guard is 2nd rounder this year, Jonas Savainea. Right tackle is Austin Jackson. So some question marks there at the guard spots there. Patrick Paul, big question mark as well at left tackle. Can Tua stay healthy? Tyreek Hill also a big question mark. Apparently wants to trade, whatnot. A lot of question marks for this team, but I do really like the offense. I do still think they're going to be solid, especially when they added Darren Waller. We'll see what he can do coming off retirement, though. Defensively, defensive ends are Kenneth Grant, your 1st rounder this year, and Zach Sealer. Benito Jones as your nose tackle. Outside linebackers, Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb. Chop Robinson as well. Inside backers looking like Jordan Brooks and Tyrell Dodson. Corners, you got Storm Duck and Cam Smith going into year 3 as a 2nd rounder in 23. Kader Kohu is your nickel. Strong safety, they are Ifeatu Melifonwu from the Lions. And free safety, Minka Fitzpatrick, former 1st rounder of the Dolphins in 2018, back in the trade from Pittsburgh there. Look, This defense should be solid. I think it's going to be a lot better than last year. The biggest issue, it's corner. I mean, it's corner. I don't know why they needed to trade Jalen Ramsey. Maybe it's a locker room issue, money issue, whatever. This corner room might be the worst one in the league. Storm Duck, Cam Smith. It's difficult to sell that. I think they're going to have to run a lot of 3 safety looks. Ashton Davis, they got from the Jets. They also have Dante Trader, 5th rounder this year, and Patrick McMorris, a 6th rounder last year. Elijah Campbell as well. They have Artie Burns, Kendall Sheffield, Ryan Cooper. Those are guys that I kind of like that they got in free agency, but are all listed at the nickel position. So I think they're going to need a ton of help with this young corner room. And that is going to be the Achilles heel if there is one on this Dolphins defense. Special teams. Ryan Stonehouse comes in to compete with Jake Bailey at punter. They got him from the Titans. Jason Sanders returns as kicker. They got Joe Cardona as from the Patriots this year. And your punt and kick returner is wide receiver Malik Washington, a second-year 6th rounder. Let's get to the schedule here for the Dolphins. Week 1, I have them winning at the Colts. I have them splitting with I think I had the Dolphins. I'm going to have the Dolphins split all 3. Win at home against the Patriots. They lose at the Bills, though. Thursday Night Football. They win at home against the Jets. Monday Night Football. I think they can win in Carolina. They're going to lose against the Chargers. They win at the Browns. They win at the Falcons. They lose at home against the Ravens Thursday Night Football. They win because I have them splitting all 3 against the Bills. Week 10, I have them losing in Madrid against the Commanders. Week 12, bye, kind of late, but not terrible. They're going to win against the Saints. They lose at the Jets. They lose at the Steelers. Monday Night Football, I'm going to have them lose against the Bengals. Sunday Night Football, I think they lose against the Bucks. And then they lose at the Patriots because I have them splitting all 3 division series. So they do finish in second place for me. 8-9 for the Dolphins. For me, that is what they finished exactly last year. 3-3 in division. All right, let's go to Buffalo, the defending AFC East champs here. Starting off, quarterback Josh Allen. Very good season last year, MVP. James Cook is your running back going into year 4. Reggie Gilliam is the fullback. Wide receivers, Keon Coleman into year 2 as a second rounder last year. Josh Palmer, they got from the Chargers. Khalil Shakir, big-time extension this offseason, year 4 for him. Tight end is Dawson Knox and third-year first-rounder Dalton Kincaid. Left tackle is Deion Dawkins. Left guard is David Edwards. Center is Connor McGovern. Right guard, Osiris Torrance into year 3 there as a second rounder. And right tackle is Spencer Brown. Continuity on the offensive line for Josh Allen up front there. Not a lot of changes at all on this offense this season. Most of the changes came to the backups, especially on defense. But defensively, your defensive ends are Greg Rousseau and Joey Bosa, who they got from the Chargers. Nose tackle is Daquan Jones. Defensive tackle, Ed Oliver. You also have second-round defensive tackle T.J. Sanders out of South Carolina. And suspended guys, Larry Ogunjobi, defensive tackle, listed as a nose tackle from the Steelers, and defensive end Michael Hoyt from the Rams, both suspended, though, for 6 games. Linebackers are Matt Milano and Terrell Bernard. Corner, you're looking at Christian Benford in year 4 as a 6th rounder, and first rounder Maxwell Hairston. They also have Tre'Davious White as well, former first rounder of Buffalo. Got him from the Rams, or from the Ravens, I mean. Nickel is Teron Johnson. Strong safety is second round pick Cole Bishop, and free safety is Taylor Rapp there. Very solid defensively. Sean McDermott, that's his side of the ball, so I think they're going to be pretty good once again. They kind of shored up the secondary and free agency in the draft this year, which I liked to see. And special teams for the Bills, Brad Robbins is going to compete with Jake Camardo. They got Brad Robbins from the Bengals, I believe. Jake Camardo, I'm not really sure where he was last, but that's your punter battle there. Tyler Bass returns as kicker. Reed Ferguson is your long snapper. Punt returner is Brandon Codrington. And kick returner is Laviska Shenault, who they signed in free agency. Schedule here for the Buffalo Bills. So first place schedule, I think they're all tough this year, the first place schedules. Home against the Ravens, Sunday Night Football. I think, as much as I want the Bills to win, I think it's going to be a loss. They're going to win at the Jets. They win at home against the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. They win against the Saints at home. They win against the Patriots on Sunday Night Football. They win at the Falcons. Monday Night Football, really solid. 5-1 going into the Week 7 bye. They win at the Panthers. They win at home against the Chiefs. I think they get Kansas City this time. I have them splitting with the Dolphins, so losing in Miami. I'm going to have them lose against the Bucs. They win at the Texans Thursday Night Football. I'm going to have them lose at the Steelers. I think they can win against the Bengals. They win at the Patriots. They win at the Browns. They're going to lose against the Eagles at home. And then they win against the Jets. So it is looking like a 12-5 season for me, 4-2 in division. Or no, 5-1 in division, I should say. 5-1. Yeah. Yeah, 5-1 in division there. Splitting only with the Dolphins sweeping the Patriots and the Jets. So it is a 1-win decrease, but it's a little bit harder to schedule. There are games where I think, again, could flip. The Ravens game week 1 definitely could flip. The Bucs game week 11 could flip. I could see that one as well. I mean, they are capable of beating all the teams that are on their schedule. I will just say that. The Steelers game, for sure, the Bengals could beat them. The Eagles, they could beat the Eagles potentially. They could sweep the whole division, go 6-0 instead. Who knows? But I really think this is it's a schedule that's worthy, and I think they're going to have a good time with this schedule. But it's definitely one that there could be some games where they look at it and they're like, dang, we could have had this game or this game. Obviously, the Ravens, the Steelers, the Chiefs, and the Texans and the Bengals are probably the 5 games that matter the most in terms of AFC. The Eagles and the Bucs are definitely their hardest NFC opponents this year. So my AFC East looks like this. Buffalo wins the East again, 12-5, 5-1 in division. The Dolphins finished second once again this year, 8-9, 3-3 in division. Patriots move up to third this season, 8-9, 2-4, and the Jets finish in fourth, 7-10, 2-4 in division. So there's what I have for the AFC East. And that is the show. Don't forget to follow us on all social media at FAA Podcast, Instagram and X, FAApodcast.com is our website. Check us out here on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and TikTok at FAA.podcast. And don't forget to make sure you check us out on Monday as we preview the AFC North, I believe is where we're going on Monday. And then next Friday, we're doing the AFC West. So tune in then. Thank y'all for watching.